Okay, so here's an excerpt from the VS series training that I used to provide. I would basically go through my bullet points and speak to each bullet point. In this case, this is pretty direct, right? There's not much to expound upon here. We talk about T-taps briefly, and I let the audience know we're going to be expounding upon what a T-tap is in terms of mapping when we get to the mapping portion of it. And this is just basically point capacities, current loads, just the tangible electricals and product specificities that I think are the most important with regard to the control unit itself. And then once the slide is completely finished, there's a little button with a link that goes to a document which substantiates everything that I've just iterated here on this page. And with that, it launches this particular page, which I've taken out of the V-Series brochure at the time where it was a viable product. And all of that information that's in that brochure that I'm scrolling through here has been vetted by referencing the applicable technical literature. So this is just a more aesthetically pleasing way to present that information. But rest assured, all the documentation has been properly vetted. This slide here, again, the link is still there. It still goes back to that document because that second slide simply represented the information I was talking about in a more spatially aware manner, if you will. And then the VS2, same thing, same format, links back to the same document. The next slide links to something that's important about isolators. We talk about the isolating the SLC, which has been a requirement since the 2013 edition of NFPA 72, and it limited it to 50 devices at first, and then the 16 and 19 editions, not so much. They basically limited it to zone or on a devices on a per zone basis, i.e. per floor basis. But this document here, which was basically an applications bulletin about isolators, was what I launched in order to, if we had more questions, just as kind of a quick reference. The next slide, if we're talking about listings, I had 4 distinct buttons that launched listings from UL with regard to fire alarm listing, which is the 864 document, the CO listing, and then documentation from Factory Mutual and documentation from California State Fire Marshal's office. So that was the UL listing for fire. If I launch the FM document, this shows information from FM approvals that the VS or the VS series is listed for use as an authorized VM or FM control unit, and then likewise approval from the California State Fire Marshal's office. So I've always found that these quick launches were indispensable to me in substantiating what exactly I was talking about. It gives me more credibility as an instructor when I can give proof, tangible evidence of everything that I'm talking about, and the best way I know how to do that is from the technical documentation, which is indeed a part of the listing process. So that's just how I like to do presentations. That's how I like to present information, and it's a way for me to always have my references at finger's length when I need them.